You can lean in and say hi.
Good evening.
Hola.
Okay, I think we're live.
Coming to you live from the desert.
Yes, I think we're live in both places. So, oh goodness.
Hey, Matthew.
worse.
Well, that's all right. I mean, it gives more scenery, but. Hello. Make sure you wave at us. Tell us hello when you hop on. There's Grandma Caroline. Hi, Matthew.
Matthew and Kendall.
Hi, Tracy. We are at this really cool scenic campground. This is not our camp spot.
No.
Our spot's right over there. But
It's
we
across the
decided
road.
that nobody was over here, and so this would be quiet. So we came over here.
And
So
it's
anyway.
a better view.
A better view. Yeah, so they would have a view behind us. It's a
Give
better
y'all
view
something
than
to
our
look at better than this.
better than our living room normal view, right? So anyway, it is 5 o'clock where we are, not 8 o'clock like it is on the East Coast. So we have a few more days of being 3 hours behind. Then we're gonna jump back to 2 hours behind Eastern time for a little while, and then we'll eventually jump back. So there you have it.
Let's just say I've been waking up fairly early here
Hey,
recently.
Marcy. Yeah, we have no idea what time it is ever. Thankfully, our watches and phones tell us.
Today, Casey and I went for a drive, and it was 15 minutes away. It said it was going to take us an hour and 15 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, whoa.
Well, because
We just barely crossed the border into Utah.
yeah. So
If you
anyway.
go a little ways the other way, it's the Navajo tribal land, and you go back. They do observe daylight savings time, unlike Arizona. So
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
you can jump around time zones pretty quick right here.
Yes, you really can. So we had a really busy week last week. We wanted to make sure to be able to tell y'all all about that. Are you showing them all the scenery?
Just giving them a view.
Okay, we had a really busy week last week, so we wanted to make sure to tell you all about that. So we have taken a couple of off days this weekend. And so we actually watched church online this morning, got to do something yesterday that we had been wanting to do. So anyway, we'll tell you all about that too. But
Yeah, so we finished up our week in Phoenix. So if you remember, we came to you live last Sunday before going to dinner with a pastor and his family.
Tracy.
Yes, Tracy's watching on Instagram. And so we were able to go to dinner, and we enjoyed church with them Sunday morning, and then had dinner with them Sunday night, Matthew and Tracy.
Yes.
And I do not remember the baby's name.
Briella wasn't with us.
Yes.
And then I think I'm saying this right. Emerlyn. Oh,
Emerlyn.
Tracy. Emerlyn.
I think it.
Tracy's gonna have to help us.
She'll correct us.
Anyway, she was super cute and super fun. So
Hey, Sandra.
we enjoyed that. Oh yeah, there's
And she did
Sandra
super
popped
well
on.
because
Emerlyn. There we go. Okay.
the dinner went pretty long, but she did
Yes,
great.
she was like the best
She was a
behaved
trooper.
1-year-old that we have. She definitely was a trooper. So flexible.
Yeah.
So we got it. We enjoyed having church with them and hanging out. And then we hit the ground running some more. Kevin did especially.
Yeah, Monday morning took off and went to Bridge Retro Church with Mark Pratt, and they have a program there where they feed. They hand out food boxes, so fresh meat, produce, both fruits and vegetables, and they hand that out. This week that we did it, they we had, I forget, it was 120 dozen eggs to hand out as well. So people were super excited about that. If you know anything about the price of eggs, that was a really good deal. So helped hand out 60 food boxes, and then a ministry opportunity came up. Mark was supposed to have someone go with him to help on a ministry call that he was doing, and they backed out, and he didn't really want to do it by himself, so I went with him. And we checked a gentleman out of the behavioral health hospital, and yeah, so we checked him out
Sorry,
of the hospital.
Killing your story, but Matthew just
Yeah.
said that it looked like Wile E. Coyote should be running out
Meep,
behind
meep.
us.
So we checked him out of the behavioral health mental hospital, and then we took him to Starbucks, sat and got to hear his story, talk with him a little bit, get to know him. And so that was neat. And then we went, grabbed him a sandwich, and took him to the bus stop to head back to Las Vegas, where he's from.
So super interesting. You know, those types of situations occur and happen in ministry all the time. It's something that, you know, Kevin got the opportunity to tangibly love on people like that, you know, back at our home church in South Georgia. You know, everybody has that opportunity, but I think one of the neatest parts of that story on Monday was just that oftentimes, you know, some of these church planners are working on still getting connected, and just to have someone alongside him that was trusted to help him and to go through, you know, to love on this guy with him was probably an encouragement to Mark that day.
Yeah, and I mean, to start out with, he just had no idea who he was picking up from this facility, and so
made for an interesting day.
Yeah, it did, and it was a full day, but it was great hanging out with Mark. We went to church with him last time we were in Phoenix, and this time got to hang out with him pretty much the whole day.
Yeah, and so neat thing about Monday night was that we basically as soon as Kevin got home, we all turned around and headed back out. A sweet couple from Tracy Matthews Church from Community Life that offered, or that asked us if we'd come over. So they called themselves not snowbirds but cool birds. Lived in the Phoenix area for really probably more than half the year. As it got down to it. They cooked dinner for us, invited us over, played cards. It really was just a fun, sweet evening.
Nice, relaxing evening.
Super neat to see a couple like that in their season of life commit to plug in and encourage some church planners at a new church. So we really enjoyed that. And then Tuesday ended up kind of being our only down day as far as no place to go, and so we did a lot of you know, quick stuff around the house, school, trying to keep all that up. We are all ready to be done with school.
We did something else, but they didn't do it. Just me and Claire did.
Oh yes,
we got up early for Claire, and we went and did a hike, and she had been wanting to go, and so we found one that was close, and
you were like radiating so much heat.
And Claire scraped her knee up.
She had a couple slips, and well, you know, whatever. She's okay now. And so we did that. I had a lunch that was planned for Tuesday afternoon. That got canceled last minute, so the day was open. And we were able to tie up loose ends and get a lot of things done.
Wednesday was a really full day, but before we talk about Wednesday, Catherine asked about how many states we had left. Catherine, you asked which 5. We're actually down to 3. We only have 3 states left in the lower 48.
Oh.
I don't even know what they are.
We're not counting Hawaii and Alaska at this point because we're not going to drag the RV to either of those places probably. And so we have 3 states left in the lower 48, and we will catch those at the end of the summer. So we have Iowa, North Dakota, and Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll catch those at the end of the summer. So stay watching. But anyway, so Wednesday, Wednesday was our Tucson day.
Yes, we got up early and drove about 140, 150 miles. It was right at 2 hours to Tucson, Arizona.
Yep.
So that was a quick drive down, and we got to have lunch with another RV family, so that was pretty cool.
Yes,
and they've got the same model as us.
A couple of things. That was one of the first times the first time we'd gotten to do that was to make Instagram friends or social media friends, real life friends. And so a couple family that we had met over social media because one of our big pieces of common ground is we have the same model RV. And so it was really fun to get to spend time with them, chit chat, hear kind of their background and ours. They had been living in Georgia too, and so we ended up spending 3 hours with them just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then headed on over to connect with another church planter family who are in the process of launching their church in Tucson. They're pretty new to the area.
Yeah, so Timbo Fowler, we were put in touch with him. He has Gainesville, Georgia connections. His son goes to Truett University up in Cleveland and goes to church at North Hall Church. They're in Cleveland.
Yep. So it was super cool to get. They took us to this absolutely beautiful place up called Grants Pass. Up right, kind of it sits right next to Saguaro. Did I say that right? Saguaro National Park.
Saguaro?
I don't know how to say it, but
The cactuses with the big arms.
yeah, those.
That kind.
So anyway, they took us up there. We watched the sunset. It was absolutely gorgeous. So it was a great evening with them. And so then Thursday, we kind of divided and conquered on Thursday. Kevin got to play golf on Thursday. I got to connect with some old friends that I had not seen in years, that used to a family that lived in Americus where I grew up. It was so fun to connect with them.
Yeah, so I ended up going to a men's breakfast with one of the church planters. We did a men's breakfast, and then he and the church planting regional guy, I don't know the official title that he has, but we got to go, his name's Kyle, we got to go play golf after breakfast with one of the church members, and it was fun just to hang out with them, get to know them better, and it's always fun to play golf for me.
Yeah. So Thursday was another busy day, but it was a lot of fun. We ended the day with dinner with the guy that Kevin played golf with and his wife, and so that was a lot of fun. So yeah, Ray and Deanie, we enjoyed dinner with them, and then that kind of ended our long full week in Phoenix. But it was a great week. Phoenix, so interestingly enough, Phoenix was our first, I think we mentioned this last week maybe, Phoenix was our first repeat for this travel season. And so from here until we get to Canada, we'll be places where we've already been once before, which is really neat.
And our apologies if the wind noise is kicking up here on this live, because it was not windy at all when we got out here, and now the wind is kicking up a little bit. So hopefully it's not too bad for you.
Yes.
We made the drive on Friday. We got up and we made the drive to the Page area.
Northern Arizona. Oh, that's chilly wind.
We had to get here on Friday. We had not planned to be here Friday, but we had to get here Friday for something special on Saturday.
What did we get to do yesterday?
We kayaked Horseshoe Bend.
We did. We kayaked Horseshoe Bend. It was a pretty epic kayak trip. Our most strenuous, hardest paddle to date.
It took 5 hours.
Well, our whole trip took 5 hours. We paddled about 4 of those.
Yeah.
But
it was 10 miles.
We weren't expecting that for a river. That was more like a lake.
Yes. We all agreed we would do it again, though.
Yes, but while we were kayaking, mine and Daddy's kayak, the left side of ours kept deflating, and then there was this one little tiny piece that was missing from it. And so...
Yes, you can head over to our stories and see some of the adventures from kayaking.
And the YouTube video will be forthcoming. We posted a video yesterday of our kayaking adventure on Snake River.
Yes,
that was a lot of fun. So if you want to check that out, that's over there.
Towers Church is watching and just followed us. I don't know where you're at, Towers Church.
Yeah.
But say hello and tell us where you're located.
If you're on our route, we'd love to come see you.
Yeah, we would love it. So yeah, it's been, it was a full week. It was nice that we had a little bit. Okay, you're taking off.
She's out.
Us. It was nice that we had a little bit of downtime planned in for this weekend. Got to do a couple of fun things that we have been wanting to do. We'll give you a little. We also did apply for. Turns out we were glad today that wasn't on our agenda, but we also.
Never been so glad that I was rejected for something in all my life.
Yeah, we applied in the daily lottery for the Wave. Have any of you? Oh, look, they're in Vancouver. Hi, Towers Church in Vancouver. We are coming your way.
Beginning of July.
No, June.
June is what I meant.
Beginning of June.
Yes,
The
June.
first week of June, we'll be in Vancouver. We would love to come see you. We will connect. Send me a message with some information or your church website, and we'll connect with you. So anyway, we applied in the daily lottery for the Wave. If any of you know what the Wave is,
it was made famous by Microsoft on their screensavers.
As a screensaver.
And it looks similar to what you see behind us, but it's smooth rock and it is gorgeous. It takes this and multiply that view by about 100 and you get the Wave. So we're a little disappointed that we didn't get accepted, but had we gotten accepted, none of us would want
The girls would have hated us.
Yeah, nobody wanted to get out of bed this morning.
It's a 6-mile hike, and so that probably wouldn't have been great following our 10-mile paddle yesterday.
Yeah, late night.
We're good, but we're not that good.
And then I applied for it yesterday to get approved for tomorrow, and I got rejected too. So
Yeah. So anyway,
That's
it's not
all
meant
right.
to be this time. You got to leave some things for later, though, right?
that's right.
So anyway, this week we are kind of slowly making our way. We're going to be making our way up through Utah. We arrive in Salt Lake City on Friday, and that's going to be our next big stop. Maddie said like lottery for the Masters. You just gotta try again.
Yeah.
We'll just keep trying. So we'll be making our way up through Utah this week, kind of taking a slow week, and then Salt Lake is our next destination on Friday, and we actually get to spend 10 days in Salt Lake, and we have a lot of neat things in store for that week, so we're super excited about that.
Yeah. So next Sunday, that's where we'll be.
Yep.
We'll be coming to you from Salt Lake, and thank you for tuning in and
Yeah.
getting caught up with kind of what we've had going this week. And we'll look forward to sharing with you next Sunday as well.
Hope y'all have a great week. Don't forget, if you share our video, that helps get the word out about us and our tribe and what we do. So make sure you share that, like that. Be on the lookout too, because Kevin's been able to crank out some new YouTube videos. This is the second time that truck has come by.
He's wandering around.
So he's got some new videos coming out, and so it's fun to see that mainly our YouTube channel just highlights more of our travels.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in that, make sure you go watch. There's some neat, interesting things out there, our travels, because when you pull around our sorority, there's always some funny moments along the way. So
Yeah, and so I've been catching up on old content, a lot of 2022 content.
from last summer.
Hopefully this week I'll be cranking out the video from our kayaking trip
Yep.
down the Colorado through Horseshoe Bend.
Yes. All right. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.
Thanks so much.